Back in around 2012, a friend and student of mine emigrated to Philadelphia. When he got there, he asked me to send him a video tutorial on this song. So I took out my phone, made a video, posted it on YouTube, and ever since then that video has just got so much love and comments that I decided I should do the song justice by putting up a more modern video with some tabs underneath and so on. By the way, my friend married, had a couple of kids, and came back to Ireland in the end of it. You know who you are. Alright, so let's take a deep dive into Rory Gallagher's beautiful Wheels Within Wheels. Now Rory played this with a capo on the 2nd fret, so it's technically in D rather than C. But I'm just going to do it without a capo, and I'm going to use the key of C. But if you want to play along with Rory, you need to put a capo on fret 2. Now there's a couple of interesting techniques in here. So the intro is probably the most complicated part of it. What you do there is you make a C, 3 fingers, have your pinky ready to make a 3rd fret on the treble E string like this. Here's your standard C, and here's that C, it's still a C with the G on top, the 3rd fret on the treble E. And the right hand pattern goes like this. 5th string with your thumb, 2nd and 1st with your ring and pinky, all at the same time. 4th string with your index, 3rd string with your middle. Then you add on your 3rd fret on the treble E string, pluck the 2 treble strings with your last 2 fingers. You take that 3rd fret off and you pluck the 5th string and the 2 treble strings like that. Lastly, you pluck 4, 3, 2 with these 3 fingers. So slowly that goes. Now the next chord is a G6 over B. So that's 2nd fret on the 5th string, 3rd fret on the 2nd string. Now you also need to add on that 3rd fret on the treble E. I do it like this by just folding down that pinky. But if you like, you can finger the chord more like this. And you do the exact same plucking pattern. So that goes. Next chord is a G minor, 1st inversion. If you want to know what an inversion means, just look at my video up here, I explain all about it. But what it basically means here is a G minor over B flat. So that's 1st fret on the 5th string, 3rd fret on the 2nd string. And again, be ready to make that 3rd fret on the treble E string as well. Exact same plucking pattern again. Well, things change a little bit here, but the good news is it's much, much simpler. This last chord is just a 4-string F major 7. So that's 3rd fret on the 4th string, 2nd fret on the 3rd string, 1st fret on the 2nd string, 1st string open. You pluck 4th string, 3rd string twice. And then you just pluck straight from 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th. So that goes. Now if you've managed that, you've done the hardest part of the song by far. The rest of the song is more or less those chords as well, except that you do a full F. And the strumming pattern goes like this. Now that strumming pattern uses quite a lot of muting. It's quite easy. It's one of the most important parts of guitar technique. If you don't know how to mute, you've just got a whole lot of extraneous noise. Again, I've done a video all about muting, which if you'd like to have a look at up here. So let's get on with the song. So the strumming pattern, I'm doing it with my fingers. You can use a pick if you like. You can pluck the bass with your thumb if you like. I don't really use my thumb when I'm strumming. I find it generates blisters, so I avoid it. So the strumming pattern is... So that's a little down somewhere around the bass string, then a big down and a little up, then a little down on the bass again, then a little up, a big down and a little up. Now if you look at my C, I'm actually muting the bass E string with the edge of my ring finger here in my left hand. You could do it with your thumb like this. And I just do that strumming pattern for you. G6, same strumming pattern. I'm muting this one with my thumb. G minor over B flat. Muting by just leaning my middle finger and ring finger over the bass E string. Otherwise it'll sound like this. Ugly, right? F I usually make by barring those two treble strings, then the other three fingers, and then hook my thumb over and fret the bass E string with my thumb. There's no law against this, and I find I can play for much longer if I do my E-shape bar chords like that rather than like this. Sounds the same? Okay. You do need to build a little tiny bit of a callus on your right thumb, otherwise that E string isn't going to make a sound. How do you make calluses? You practice. So that verse pattern goes. Now in some of the later verses, he brings back that little third fret on the treble E sometimes in the chords. It's pretty loose when he does it. So I'll just do a line of the verse like that as well. Now after that sequence, you've got this part, which is just like a little mini F. That's just a 4-string F. And again, I'm going to mute by hooking my thumb over the two bass strings here. So after the F, you've got an F over E. So that's bar these two strings on the first fret with your first finger, and you need a second fret on the fourth and third strings, which I do with one finger because I got fat fingers, but you can use two if you like. Then a D minor. Top tip for D minor, use your pinky on the third fret. I always find it sounds much better. And it's easier to play than like this. Then a G, and you're back into the verse sequence. So this goes. Now what I would call the chorus, although it only happens once in the song, halves the length of the chords. So that's an A minor with a down on the bass and an up, down, up in the treble strings. Then an A minor over G, same thing, bass, then up, down, up. Then a D over F sharp. So make a D shape with these three fingers. And you make an F sharp, so second fret on the bass E string, either with your first finger or with your thumb. I use my thumb usually. Then a normal D. Then a G sus4 twice, then a G twice. repeat that pattern again. Last word on that A minor over G. When you're playing it, you need to mute the 5th string. Otherwise, it's going to sound like this. Not really what you want. So you need to do your A minor first. Then I'm using my pinky on the 6th string and just leaning it up against the A string so it doesn't make a sound when you strum. Alright, that's how you play the beautiful Wheels Within Wheels by Rory Gallagher. I hope you enjoyed the video and I hope this is helpful to you. Keep those comments coming. They're building a lot of interest in the channel, which is great for me because it allows me to make more and more videos for you. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, watch a similar video up here or my latest video over there. Alright, thank you so much for watching. As always, I'm Niall. Learn a tune a week and build up your chops.